Welcome to Afterflash. I'm Leo Steele.
And I'm Nora Jassy.
So, a recent interaction between Donald Trump and a CBS reporter in Texas got a lot of attention. The reporter asked a sensitive question regarding warnings that didn't go out in time during a tragic event, and Trump responded by saying, "Only a very evil person would ask a question like that." It sparked a lot of reactions. What do you make of that?
Yeah, that was a wild moment. It's pretty unusual for a politician to respond that harshly, especially when the question was about something so serious. Families feeling that warnings didn't go out in time. It almost feels like he's dismissing valid concerns to avoid accountability.
Right. And the question was about public safety, right? It's hard to argue against the idea that if people had better warnings, maybe lives could have been saved. It wasn't exactly an attack, more of a genuine concern from families affected by the tragedy.
Absolutely. And the way Trump turned it into an attack on the reporter, it's definitely not the first time he's done something like that. But I think he may have just been trying to deflect criticism by focusing on heroism to shift the conversation away from any potential failure.
Yeah, he mentioned heroism a lot, calling everyone involved heroes and saying this was a 1-in-1,000-year event. But while that's a positive message, it doesn't really address the actual question. Shouldn't the public have a right to ask tough questions, especially when there's a tragedy?
Exactly. I think part of the frustration comes from how he shut down the conversation so quickly. Sure, praising people for doing a difficult job is fine, but that doesn't mean there aren't areas for improvement. People should be able to talk about where things went wrong.
Right. And this response makes it seem like there's no room for critical discussion. That can be damaging because it discourages a more productive conversation around accountability and how to prevent similar situations in the future.
And it's not just about this one moment. It's the larger trend of discouraging difficult conversations. For leaders, being open to those questions, even if they're uncomfortable, is important for transparency, especially when lives are on the line.
It's definitely a tough balance between praising the people who did well and addressing where things could have been improved. Do you think that Trump's response ultimately distracts from the core issue, the safety of people during crises like this?
Without a doubt. By calling the question evil, it completely derails the conversation into a personal attack rather than a constructive dialogue about how to improve public safety. It ends up shifting focus away from the tragedy itself.
In the end, it seems like we need to find a way to discuss these difficult topics without avoiding them. It's all about finding the balance between showing respect and acknowledging that there's always room for growth, right?
Totally. And I think that's the key takeaway here. Difficult conversations shouldn't be off limits, no matter how uncomfortable they make us. It's about learning, improving, and ultimately preventing tragedies in the future.